Would you believe me if I said this was done in 4 months? Would you believe me if I told you that I trained 3 days a week? And would you believe me if I told you that I trained for 15 minutes in those 3 sessions? Would you trust me if I told you that I only do one set each muscle group? Making progress in the gym is easier than you think. You've been lied to by the fitness industry for all of your life. You might be one of those not bothering training because you don't have enough time, because you've been told by everyone that you need to train 6 days a week for 1 to 2 hours each session. But what if I told you there was a way? Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? I've trained before. Some of this is muscle memory. I used to be pretty strong. I started training for 11 years ago. Then when I moved after I had trained for 4 to 5 years, I took 2 to 3 years off. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I used to train 6 days a week for 2 to 3 hour sessions. It got too much for me. I had okay results. I got pretty strong. But let me tell you, the results that I've been making now is out of this world. And I started actually when I started to try to rebuild my physique for like 1 year ago. I would return to how I used to train. But you know what? I made like zero progress. It was so slow. I tried different methods, but none of it really worked. Until I stumbled upon Mike Mentzer and Arthur Jones. Then I went heavy into the research. And that is what we are going to do now. 3 researchers went over, I think it was 130 studies, done comparing high volume to low volume. As you can see here, objective, there's a considerable interest in attaining muscular hypertrophy in recreational gym jars, blah 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 blah. Multiple review articles have suggested guidelines for the most efficient training methods to obtain muscular hypertrophy. You can pause this and read it if you want, but I'm just gonna go over some basics. Here. Evidence support the person should train to the highest intensity of effort, thus recruiting as many motor units and muscle fibers as possible, and performing single sets for each exercise. No specific resistant type appeared more advantageous than other. They had compared high volume to heavy duty, 1 set to 5 to 10 sets. Again, you can pause this if you want. I'm just going to go over the basics, as I said. Summary, the evidence presented support previous research suggesting that it is the activation of muscle fibers that appears to stimulate muscular responses, causing hypertrophy, thus recruiting as many motor units as possible. True training to momentary muscular failure appears optimal for muscular hypertrophy. Volume and concurrent resistant and endurance training. Volume. A recent meta-analysis suggested that significantly greater gains in hypertrophy can be obtained by the performance of multiple sets of exercise compared to single sets. However, a critique of that meta-analysis suggested that the disparity between studies as well in inclusion of studies which did not meet inclusion-exclusion criteria. I'm gonna go over this in a bit. I can go over this all damn day, but for now, let us move over to this one. Effects of 10 weeks of either multiple set training or single set training on strength and muscle mass by Bjorn Ekman. It is generally accepted that strength and muscle mass can be increased by strength training programs. Results are known to depend on training volume and training intensity. Strength increases when performing sets to the repetition maximum PM, or even to the point of momentary muscular failure, PMF, and muscular hypertrophy has been proven to be superior to the results of sets performed at lower levels of intensity, 3 to 4. Methods. In this study, subjects trained twice a week for 10 weeks. One group performed high-intensity training and did only one drop set of each exercise to the point of momentary muscular failure, HIT. Whereas the other group performed as many repetitions as possible in each set and did 3 sets of each exercise. The control group did not strength train at all. The body composition of all groups were analyzed in weeks 0 to 11. Subjects also performed strength tests of 9 exercises in weeks 0 and 11. Strength tests and bioelectrical impedance analysis showed increased strength and muscle mass in both training groups, but not in the control group. Obviously not a surprise. However, both strength and muscle mass increased to a greater extent in HIT rather than 3ST. So in one set, they saw better results in strength and muscle mass than in three sets. After 10 weeks of training, HIT increased the maximum number of repetitions in the 9 test exercise by an average of 25, 15.7/40.3 repetitions per exercise, while in 3 sets group increased repetitions by an average of only 16, 6.4/24. So you see here 25 to 15 from HIT versus 3 sets. That is almost double the response. Furthermore, HIT increased to a significantly greater extent than 3ST while simultaneously decreasing body fat. One set of HIT is sufficient to improve muscle mass and strength. On average, results over a training period of 10 weeks are better than those of 3ST. Further studies are needed to examine the effects of HIT and 3ST training periods longer than 10 weeks.
Goes Brad approaching
Failure set.
his set.
Look at this.
Muscle failure.
Elbows, elbows, squeeze.
This is the researcher that we're relying on
Good.
for all the latest bodybuilding information. Please.
Good. Good. All the way to failure. There we go. All the way to failure.
Got it.
That was his set of failure. By the way, at the end there, he said, "That is my failure." Bro, there is no your failure and my failure. We all have failure. It is not individual. Everyone will hit failure when they cannot perform the exercise anymore. This is Brad Schoenfield. This is Brad Schoenfield, the researcher that does most of the studies. The last research that we have seen the last 40 to 50 years is by Brad Schoenfield and one more guy. I don't remember exactly his name. But both of them, they have the understanding like this. They have the understanding that freaking 5 RPE is failure. And keep in mind, this is only concentric failure. We also have eccentric failure, right? So I want you to think about this. If these are the people that are carrying out the research, they are the ones that has concluded that multiple sets are needed to get greater hypertrophy response, then what do you think? You can go and study this yourself, research this yourself. I promise you, you will find exactly what I just told you. There is 2 people, I also don't remember their names, but they have also performed their own research. That is point why this was released, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, James Fisher and Dave Smith, I'm pretty sure it was those that went over this. And they do actually go to complete failure. And again, they saw that failure is just as good as multiple sets, or even better. as long as you go to complete failure. So guys, if you are one of those that are too afraid to go to the gym because you think that you have to train for 20 to 40 sets per muscle groups per week to get optimal gains, I'm just gonna tell you that is not true. As long as you push your sets to momentarily muscular failure, then one set is all that is needed. It will recruit most of the most motor units as possible, it will recruit the most muscle fibers as possible, and it will even boost your cardiovascular system to a greater extent. You have no idea the results that I've just been making. As I told you, I did quit training for a while, then I got back into training, and now after I started heavy duty, I do my own twist on this program. I believe I have found a method to be superior to all other methods. It is nothing that you have really heard of before. And I went from 15 kilo pull-ups to 45 kg pull-ups in about 1.5 months. These results are phenomenal. These results are unheard of. Go and check yourself. The majority of lifters that even specializes in weighted pull-ups will probably spend a good 5+ years to get a 50 kg pull-up. I've achieved that in few months, one to 2 months. Again, you could argue that I have muscle memory. Why didn't the muscle memory kick in when I did multiple sets? Why did it not kick in when I did not perform my sets to complete failure? So guys, if you want to get real results, if you want to work out for 10 to 15 minutes from everything from 1 to 3 days a week, contact me. I will put my email down in the description and I will help you. If you want to get real results and stop wasting your time like an idiot, contact me. I promise you, if you don't have significant results within 1 month, I will be speechless. I will be speechless. So everyone, follow my journey. Like my video, subscribe to my channel if you do like evidence-based research and actual proof, because everything that I will do here will be backed up by research. This is no bro science bullshit. And I will go through all of these studies completely. I will not leave any stones unturned. I will not be like these idiots who post hundreds of studies showing that multiple sets are superior when none of them went to failure. Obviously, if you don't go to failure on one set, then you need 5 to 10 sets to get the optimal adaptations. But that is only because you're starting to push failure, you're starting to actually challenge your muscles at the last sets. That is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my channel, send me an email, and I will see you guys the next time.